Yo, what is going on, my nerdy people? What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let's go ahead and get into the dojo here. What's going on, y'all? It is your Normie Sensei Master Crunch here with Normies and Nerds, coming live to you from the dojo where we turn normies into bona fide nerds. Here I am, your Normie Sensei Master Crunch. And look, drop a like and subscribe to the channel because that's what you should do. And because we're on the grind to 250 subs. Now look, tonight, we talked about Loki last night. And really, we went out to the training grounds last night, gave you a little preview of the training grounds last night, talked about Loki. But tonight, I want to get a little bit more sweaty, talk about a couple more points that I didn't get to in Loki. And yeah, we'll leave it there, all right? And then we'll go into some Bad Batch talk, okay? I want to talk some Bad Batch, what we're looking for in episode 5. Oh, Lord. What we're looking for in episode 10 tonight, coming in from Bad Batch. And then I want to open up the phone lines. The doors to the phone lines will be open tonight. The doors to the dojo will be open, giving folks the opportunity to come in here, whether you want to talk about Loki, whether you want to talk about Bad Batch, or anything else going on involved. There's a lot of things going on. The reviews, for example, the reviews for Black Widow are actually out right now, and it's ranking like an 84 on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is pretty damn good. So we're going to be talking about all that stuff tonight. All right, so put a fist in the chat if you're looking forward to the show tonight, and let's get to it, man. But first things first, I always have to shout out the faithful that come into the dojo every time we open the doors. You guys know who you are. Let me give you guys a shout out here in the comments. Claude, have mercy. Oh, you know what's going on here? There we go. All right, here. All right, so XR Coon, what's going on, man? Hey, Mike Porter, Lord Vito, how's it going? Geeky Gambit, Mike Porter, I already said what's up to you, but what's up again? Felicity, what's going on, homegirl? Daniel Fisher, it's good to see you in here as always, bro. Justin Simone, how are y'all doing in here tonight? My man's Ash Hammer. Look who is on time tonight. My man's Ash Hammer. What's going on, bro? How you doing, man? And yeah, Tim, you know what, bro? You know I can't miss you in here, bro. Hope you're doing all right too, man. Hope you're doing okay too as well. And look, I want you guys, here's the thing. We talked a lot about Loki last night, so I don't want to repeat a lot of the things that I said last night. So this really opens up time to really hear from you guys. Like, I want to hear your theories. I want to hear where you think we're going, because right now it feels like things are open right now. Like, it's a lot of room for speculation. What's going on, Wayne? Thanks for dropping in here. There's a lot of room for speculation. There's a lot of room for where we could be going. So, look, if you want to drop in your theories, drop them in. If you want to come on later tonight and get in the phone lines and talk about in the final round ground with me, write yourself down, and we'll talk about that tonight. But yeah, I'm very, very hyped for tonight's stream. Okay, so let's not waste any more time here. I've been babbling for the last 3 minutes. Let's not waste any more time here. Let's get into the training grounds. All right. So the first thing, I want to knock this one out real quick. Okay. One thing that I really loved about this episode, and is they brought her arc all the way around, is this woman right here, B15. And God, B15 wants to just take over the screen. Like, she just wants to take over the screen, doesn't she? Hold on. Let's get it right. B15. So when we first met Miss B15 in episode 1 of Loki, she was the first member of the TVA that we heard speak. She was one cocky, gung-ho agent, right? Like, she was very much like shutting stuff down. She was very much TVA, like, this is it, this is my job, this is my duty. She was, to me, one of the unflappables. Now, I got this theory that you got A's, B's, and C's. So here's the thing. Dex or Dax, what's going on? Thanks for dropping in here. Drop a like and sub to the channel. It's my first time seeing you in here. Thanks for dropping in. Here's the thing. My thought with the whole variants being humans, my first thought when I heard that was, okay, they could have just pulled them in from the multiverse when the multiverse was collapsing, and all of these maybe could have come in at the same time. But now that I have some time to really think about it, it's like, okay, could these variants have been just brought in randomly? Like when you pull in a variant, if you think there's something that could be useful with them, that's when you turn them into actual TVA agents. When you spot like, I could use this person in here. Similar, and here's the thing that kind of put a wrench in that at first, because it was like, well, if that was the case for Loki, they just would have wiped his mind and let him work with that. But then again, kind of when you write things out, you knock your own self out with your theory. So when I was saying, well, they would have wiped Loki's mind if they wanted to work with Loki. But the key about Loki is they needed him to be Loki to catch this Loki. So that wiped that out. So it really got that thought coming back, was that these folks are like coming in waves. So B15, she seems to be like a second. If you ask me, you got your A hunters, and then you got your B hunters. That's how I'm looking at it. C20. She could have been somebody who was from the next generation after her next wave of TVA agents. So when we're looking at B15 here, I'm like, yo, so she is somebody who is very much entrenched in the TVA hunter life, the TVA timekeeper life. Not timekeeper, the agent, the TVA agent life. She is entrenched in that. She lives that. She lives and breathes it. And we see her being cocky in the first episode. In the second episode, she gets enchanted. And all things sort of fall apart from it there. So it's hard to remember that it's crazy how much we've been getting in this series, because it's hard to think that we're only really 4 episodes in, because doesn't it feel like we've been watching Loki for like the last 6 weeks? But really, she's only appeared in 3 episodes, and they've already transformed her. That just shows the impact of what Enchantress did with revealing the truth. That she is shook. Look at her face. Like, she was shook from the moment we saw her on screen. Like, she wasn't right. She wanted to get to C20 to talk to her to see what her mind was thinking. And her mind was so effed up that she even went in there and helped the female Loki escape to get more clarity. So the thing with B15, I wonder where we're going with her, because they didn't show anything that happened with her. Like, she didn't get stabbed, she didn't get killed. I want to see how she's going to come back. She didn't get pruned. Maybe she will get, I don't know. Like, I think maybe she'll wake up in episode 5 or what have you. But yeah, it was just one thing that I really liked about this episode was just, again, the mental stuff that they're really going with. B15 is dope. B15 is dope. And Wayne, thanks for bringing Dexter in here. Wayne says, this chick rocked episode 4, even though I didn't like the episode. She did. And like, people were getting on her, and I didn't like it. People were getting on her on the first episode because of how she was acting. But damn, like, can she just act the role out? She was supposed to be acting that way. She was supposed to be being stiff and acting that way. Don't come at my homegirl from, I am forgetting her actual name, but she was in Lovecraft Country, and she straight up demolished Lovecraft Country. If you think that Loki is wild, you should go and watch Lovecraft Country. See the role that she was playing in Lovecraft Country, and just, you never doubt her acting skills again, I tell you that. She killed it. So yeah, she just solidified her role here, and like, I love it. I hope we see more of her in the series here, because especially now that she's awake, I wonder what her personality is. Now that she is what some people would not like for me to say, but she is woke at this point. Wonder what her reality would be, right? So yeah, that's one thing that I really love that stuck out about the episode. So the last thing, I really want to dive into some Kang theories here, and I want you guys to drop your Kang theories in as well. But before I dive into Kang, I got some things to say about this man right here. Doesn't this just make you want to shed a tear? Doesn't this just make you want to, I don't know, maybe get a good old bottle of liquor and pour it out? This just makes you feel sad as hell. My man's Alex Trebek is who I've been calling him the whole time. Yeah, like it's like Rello 2 times. It hits you right in the feels. It does. It hits you right in here. Um. So again, just in case we don't see, I fully expect to see this man come back in this series again. But I do not expect to see him come back until episode 6. Unfortunately, I think we will see more Loki than Mobius. And Mobius has been a bright spot. I have not seen anybody say anything bad about Mobius or about Owen Wilson on social media, in any of the comments. I have not seen anybody say anything negative about him. He's just been a bright spot, and I hope he gets a place to stay in this Loki series, in the Loki franchise, right? Because we're thinking it's going to be a season 2. I would love to see him be able to somehow be able to stay in the Loki franchise. So, if he's coming back, what does that mean? Okay, so he got pruned, and we see for the first time we see what happens when you get pruned. At least for Loki, Loki popped up in a room full of variants. Is it a similar fate for Mobius? All right, buckle in, stick down, and follow me here. Is it possible that Mobius has been pruned trillions of times? Because somebody who is as smart of a mind as Mobius, I would doubt that this is Mobius's first time coming to the realization that everyone is human, right? I think it's possible. It's not his first time that he had come to the realization that everybody was human and had a life and are just variants. So where are you going with this, Kendall? Where I'm going is, what's going on, Trinity? Thanks for popping up in here, bro. Where I'm going with this is that more Mobius variants. Does Mobius get pruned and come back, or do they go somewhere and grab another Mobius each time? Because I'll put it, he doesn't remember the stuff that had been done in Ravana's office, right? So when Ravana says, even though we all know Ravana is a straight up liar, lies to your face, one of the things that I don't think that she was lying about was telling Mobius that you are the one. You are the one who put those rings and stains on my table. Could it be? Could it be that we get a loop of Mobius? Like, Mobius is one of those folks that we see pop up, they prune Mobius and go get another one. Mobius is a reoccurring character in the TVA. Could that be the case here? Because again, I don't think that he is gonna I've seen some folks say that, what if Mobius wakes up in a place with variants? I've seen people say, what if when you get pruned you go to a jail with variants? I kind of like that, but I don't, because it's like everybody don't deserve to get pruned to get put into a jail. And then on top of that, Loki got put into a world. So how is that world not making timelines branch off, right? So you tell me, if you put a bunch of variants in one world that's like an apocalyptic world or what have you, that they can just live there and not anything happen on the timeline, that doesn't mess up the timeline? No, I don't see that. I don't see that being possible. So as wild as this may seem, the speculation is real here, to where I think that Mobius could be either a reoccurring person that, they reset him and he comes back, or more realistically, he could be someone who is safe from being pruned. All right, so this is what I get for not writing this part down. Because if we're going to see Mobius come back in episode 6, right, he has to be the same Mobius. He has to be able to stick on the time. He has to be able to, know what's happening, have to be able to have this knowledge. If we're going to get to see Mobius come back and have this weight, Mobius has to come back into the real realm of things. So we have to ask ourselves, what in the hell happened to Mobius? Now, one thing that I'm not going to take credit for, but I've seen, is that Mobius is the one who remains, the man at the end of time. That is Mobius. And honestly, I am here for that. If Mobius cannot be pruned, and Mobius is one of those that cannot be pruned and sticks around for whatever reason, and he becomes the one at the end of time, he who remains, that'd be dope. Owen Wilson is a perfect character for me for that, if you ask me, and I'd be here for that. I'd definitely be here for that. But yeah, to me, it's possibilities. One, that Mobius could have gotten, to me, it as smart as Mobius is, and the only reason why I think I would go with this theory a little bit, and this theory kind of negates him coming back in the series, is that he gets pruned over and over again. He is a variant that gets pruned, and then they go and grab another Mobius variant because he's smart. He gets there, and like I said, he is so smart. I don't think that this might not be the first time that he remembers, that he finds out that TVA agents are variants. But then the other theory is, he does get, he could possibly get sent to somewhere like Loki gets sent to. And I know Mobius is somebody who has a bunch of Mobiuses in the comics. From what I've seen, there's like a bunch of Mobiuses at one point in the comics. So like he could be one of those variants that gets sent out, and he has a whole bunch of other variants waiting for him. All those variants has been pruned that has knowledge of the TVA. He could be there for that. Or he could somehow come back and be the he who remains. I think Mobius is like one of the bigger questions here, because honestly, this one hit. I did not see Mobius getting pruned, but then again, like it makes sense because you don't want somebody who's off the hinge like that, or like they say off the dial, staying around and having the possibility to tell even more TVA agents that they are humans. But it's just a bigger question. Like, it was the biggest shock to me that Mobius died, and it was a bigger question is how the hell is he coming back? But I definitely think that he is coming back for sure. Let me know. Let me know. Are you guys in here? Do you guys think that Mobius is coming back? Tim says, I would love to see a ton of Mobiuses. Yeah, if we saw a bunch of Mobiuses, and to be real, I wouldn't even mind if they look exactly like Owen Wilson. If we see a bunch of Owen Wilsons, mind blowing out the do-rag. Mind blowing out the do-rag if we see a bunch of Owen Wilsons. I'd be here for that. Let me know in the chat. Like, what y'all think? How we think we get my man's Mobius back? Green Bear, thanks for dropping in here, big bro. Alright, so next thing's next. Like I said, we talked a lot about the episode last night. We really went in on the episode last night, but can I talk about the biggest thing? The biggest thing that's in the room? Kang. I need Kang. Because when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, thinking how the hell Loki can get Kang involved. I need Kang. I need Kang, yo. So let's... Are you guys tired of me talking about Kang? If not, I just want to talk about him a little bit. So, what's going on, Marvel Maniac? So I pulled this picture up yesterday of the Timekeepers, and let me know what. Pulled this up yesterday of the Timekeepers, and here's the thing. Like I said yesterday, my first theory was that Kang had taken out the Timekeepers. That's my first theory before the show started. That Kang had taken out the Timekeepers, and that he would be posing like he would be like making up this story to make people think that the TVA was actually running, but it was actually Kang doing this stuff in the background, running everything. So this episode, well, let me take it through my path. So that was mine before the series started. But then when I bought into the propaganda, the dumbest thing that I could have done in the whole watching this whole series was buying into the propaganda that the TVA was feeding their agents. I bought into that damn propaganda. I don't know. I guess I'm not woke. I guess I'm not smart enough like that, right? That I bought into the TVA's got doggone propaganda. But after that, I thought, okay, well, Kang is actually trying to take down the TVA to make Quantumania happen. But not like, here's the thing. Kang has to be it. So is Kang in this room? Like I said yesterday, when she came down here, it was like she had to cut on the TVA timekeepers because nobody is down here right now. Like, this is a completely different scene. Ravonna has pulled, like, Ravonna does what she has to do for the timekeepers. Look, nobody is down here right now. It's dark. But when we go back down there with the TVA agents, like, you see everything is cut on. The show is on. The show is on. You got what you call it right here. You got the guards right here. You got the lights on. Everybody's awake. The show is on. But Ravonna still looked scared as hell when she was going down there to talk to somebody. And yeah, I would be pissed off if she was going down there to talk to Miss Minutes. But Miss Minutes could, at this point, Miss Minutes could be a animation for Kang. Like, Miss Minutes could be something that Kang is throwing out. But where I'm at with this is, I think she's communicating with Kang maybe through Miss Minutes. I think that she could be communicating with Kang through, like, maybe even through these doggone robots. Like, Kang is not here. Because if Kang was there, I think Kang would have stopped that fight from going down. And I think Kang would have stopped, I think Kang would have stepped in. Because I feel like Kang was probably scared at that moment that she was going to give up everything. That she would reveal Kang and that she would reveal all that stuff. I think that she would have stopped her at that moment. And just a quick side note here, thought that came into my head. It would be crazy if she says it was Miss Minutes, but at the end of the day, we find out that it's Kang. But nah, let me chill. But yeah, it's like Ravonna had to go there and talk to somebody, but I don't think Kang is there. But I do think that down there, she had a way to communicate with Kang. And the design of this room was interesting, right? Because how many of you else noticed, and I should have took a screen grab of this, but this like whole setup right here, what they're sitting on, this whole setup back here, what they're sitting on, that was like, there was like 3 or 4 of 5 more of those set out throughout those chambers. Right? There were more of those set out throughout those chambers. Did you guys notice that? So it could even be even more wild is that, damn, was there even more than 3 timekeepers? Was there timekeepers for each timeline out there? Because like I said, it looked kind of infinite down there. And you had like throne after throne after throne after throne after throne. And it's like, damn, were there even more timekeepers per timeline? Because at this point, here's where I'm getting at. At this point, I'm definitely thinking this. That Kang is the one responsible for having one timeline. I think Kang is the one reason why we have one sacred timeline. And that he's the one to smash this all together. So why I think that we're seeing Kang and why we should see Kang is, one, because it's a perfect setup for Quantumania. We can understand Kang's motives in Quantumania a bit more. 2, Kang has already been cast. 3, you got his lover here being the only person in the TVA knowing secrets. Like I said yesterday, Ravonna got a huge ass promotion from being a hunter to being a judge who knows everything about what's going on in the TVA. Maybe even Kang was a part of a TVA, was a part of the TVA that he and Ravonna fell in love and like remembered shit or something, or even more so to the end of maybe Kang was captured by the TVA. He could have been captured by Ravonna and could have opened her mind. Like he could have made her fall in love with him, whatever. But she has had her mind open. Her ascendancy from being a hunter to being a judge is suspicious. So to me, it's like nobody would do that for anybody unless you love them, right? I don't care what anybody say. You gotta like somebody like that. You gotta trust somebody to make them the only person in a whole organization who knows the truth about everything. You gotta trust them. And honestly, I ain't trusting nobody that much unless we sleeping in bed together. And that's Kang, bro. We already know in the comics as the precedents that they set is that they are lovers. So to me, that just adds up. It makes sense. And if Kang doesn't come in, I better get a damn good explanation for it. Here's the thing. Miss Minutes is cool. I haven't had a chance to really read the stuff you guys are saying in here about Miss Minutes. Miss Minutes is cool and all. Don't get me wrong. She's creepy as hell. She's suspect as hell. But do I want Miss Minutes to be the one that's behind it all? No. No way in hell. Now, if you wanted to tell me that somehow Miss Minutes is a projection of Kang, if they spell that out, if she comes out and says, talks about Kang and says he put Miss Minutes together, then fine. Because at the end of the day, he did have something to do with Miss Minutes. Because somebody created the TVA. I don't think that Miss Minutes is a actual entity. It's somebody who's actually alive to be able to take out the timekeepers. If anything, I think Miss Minutes, again, has to be a entity of the TVA. It has to be an entity of something that was made. Because again, this propaganda is going. If you think about it, not only did Ravonna have to be promoted and to make all this stuff happen, but the whole TVA, all the agents in the TVA had to have a different motive. All the agents in the TVA, mine had to be in a different place. And so this is where it could get a little bit confusing too. All right, I don't mean to confuse y'all, but I just confused my damn self from talking this shit out. So with this theory that I have there is that Kang is running the TVA and he wants to keep a sacred timeline, right? Is that what folks are thinking? That if Kang is behind it at this moment, the TVA is keeping the timeline in order. They're trying to keep everything intact. Is that where we're at in this moment? Because if the original TVA timekeepers had a different mission to let time flow naturally, to let these branches flow out naturally, why would they be collecting a Loki? Why would they be resetting things, right? With Ravonna. Because Ravonna seems to be having the same mission with resetting and doing this stuff here. So it could have been Kang all along. It's just a lot of explaining they have to do. But at the end of the day, somehow, some way, I need some helmet. I need some helmet showing up, bro. I need to see Kang in the TVA. I need to see Kang and Loki showing up, bringing that good shit. That's what I need in my life. So yeah, that's all I really got on Loki. Because like I said, we talked about it a lot yesterday. Just a little sneak peek of. Nah, I'm not gonna give you a sneak peek of what I think about episode 5. That's just where I'm at today. And again, I bring this back up. I don't care what anybody says. This did it for me, bro. Like, I'm still very high on this. Like, I can't wait to see the interactions they have. The places we will go with these good folks here is going to be so much fun. I cannot effing wait to see all of these folks interacting. I'm going to keep it 100 too. I can't wait to see my man's Black Loki and how different he might be, right? Like, I honestly can't wait for that, because is he gonna be talking like the rest of them? Is he gonna be like the same person, like same type of person as the rest of them? I don't know. I just can't wait to see these folks interact. Because I definitely want to expect to see a old Black Loki over there, and Croc Loki too. It's Croc. Are they gonna make this crocodile talk? Are we gonna see a crocodile talk in this episode in this series? I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, but look, here's what we about to do. We about to get into these comments. About to get into these comments. I want to run it down, get down there to it, and then I'll talk some Bad Batch. You guys want to talk some Bad Batch tonight? Do you all want to talk some Bad Batch tonight? After I give my take on Bad Batch, just where we're rolling down the line here. After I give my take on Bad Batch, I'm going to open up the phone lines. Felicity has been dropping. Felicity has been the moderator of the night. Ashton, where you at, bro? Because Felicity been dropping that Discord link. I'm playing with you, Ashton. Ashton's in here doing his thing. But nah, Felicity been dropping that link in here all night. If you want to get into the phone lines, if you want to get in here to the phone lines, hit me up. Hit that link to put a message in there, and then I'll call you guys on Discord. Whoever goes in first, and then we'll be talking. I'm in here for about maybe the next hour. So then we'll just be talking in the phone lines in the final round rounds. Nah, it's all good, Ashton. I'm just playing with you, bro. I'm just playing with you, dog. Ashton said, man, Ashton gonna be like, man, take your wrench back. You talking too much. You talking too much trash about me, man. Take your wrench back. Nah, man. Hey, so yeah, let me get into these mints here and into the comments. Let me see what you guys are saying. And are you guys down? Are you guys down to talk Bad Batch tonight? We down with that? We cool with that? Let's see here. Felicity says Miss Minutes is behind it all. Look, I'm not gonna be hurt if we don't see Kang. But if Miss Minutes is behind it all, they better have a good way to do it. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. I won't be hurt if it's a good way to do it. Because here's the thing. I think that a lot of people, myself included, and a lot of people in these comments on the internet have come up with some pretty freaking creative ways to bring Kang into here. And I'm pretty sure there's some creative ways for Miss Minutes out there for Miss Minutes to be on top. But what I'm saying is, if you're doing this thing with Miss Minutes, it better be just as good as many of these Kang things that I've seen in here. Because the difference with Mephisto and the difference between Kang is that Mephisto was never cast. Mephisto has never been confirmed to be in any type of MCU project coming up. So with Kang's confirmed. You put Kang's lover. He's confirmed for Ant-Man Quantumania. You put his lover as a judge in the series. So you better find, like, if you don't put Kang in this series, I'm fine. But you better have a pretty good and creative way that's either equal or tops these theories that's out there to see Kang in the series. That's all I gotta say. Wait, did you quote retweet as a source like they know? Did you quote retweet as a source like they know what they're talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Did I retweet? Did I quote tweet a source or something? Let's see here. Where we're going? Where we going? I'm scrolling down. I'm trying to catch up, but y'all just been in here chit chatting. Trinity, what's going on, bro? All right. Tim says, bro, the cool characters always die in episode 4. Battlestar died in episode 4 too. Look, something about episode 4s. You said it. Episode 4s seem to be must-watch Marvel TV, right? What did people love the most about WandaVision before, I think, episode 8? Was episode 4. What was the episode? However, before the season, people loved that episode before the season finale for some reason. I wasn't that high on that episode because it was nothing but flashback episode. Didn't really explain. It did explain how we got there. But it was like, yeah, it's okay. But episode 4, a lot of people loved episode 4. It hit. Personally, episode 3 was my favorite in WandaVision. But episode 4 was one of people's favorites when it came out. So again, episode 4 in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you got a lot of information. I think they intended episode 4 Falcon and the Winter Soldier to be the best one. Isn't episode 4 Falcon and the Winter Soldier where they also got it's when the Dora Milaje were in there as well. I think they intended for that to be the best one, even though I think episode 2 was probably the best episode just solely because of that. Like the best action scene we got in the sequence, other than that first one, the best action scene that we got when he was flying and fighting them on that trailer. But yeah, episode 4 seemed to be hitting hard for Marvel on Disney Plus, and that's a fact. Tim says Owen Wilson's Mobius has made the show so far. To be honest, he has, bro. I don't know if who else they could have casted to be putting this together like Owen Wilson has been putting together Mobius, man. Like, he has really put the show on his back. Like, he carrying that team like LeBron carried the Cavs to the finals. And when he took on the four-headed monster in Golden State, and my man J.R. Smith was high, and he forgot how much time was on the clock, and he thought they had to leave. That's how much Mobius has put the show on his back. Mobius has been killing it. Justin Simone, how's it going, bro? Thanks for chopping up in here, man. Ah, dude. Man, if y'all could just know what I'm thinking, man. I'm not gonna go. Here's the thing. I'm gonna save this thoughts for the final round, Brian. Okay. I ain't trying to alienate nobody out here right now. I might let it be a Discord message for now. And then if it gets to be more, if it doesn't change, then it might become a whole outing type of thing. But either way, let me get back to the topic. Green Bear. Mobius is Miss Minutes. LOL. I don't know. Hey, I don't know if you just joking or not, bro. But nah, Mobius can't be Miss Minutes. But that'd be hilarious if Miss Minutes was like an extension of Mobius. Because Miss Minutes was, I think it's funny that Miss Minutes was hanging around Loki. Right? Because we haven't seen Miss Minutes since episode 2. And we know that, okay, like the first thought was that Miss Minutes was just somebody, like, was just like a rolling screen, was like the mascot of the TVA. It was creepy as hell from the first time we heard her. But the moment that we saw her in episode 2, reacting to Loki, jumping and interacting with the things that are on that desk, being able to jump back into a screen, that was dope. And it shows that Miss Minutes can be doing her own thing. Miss Minutes is not on a rail. She can be doing her own thing. So, look, we got Miss Minutes. We need some answers on Miss Minutes. I think we might get them in episode 5. We might get some answers to Miss Minutes in episode 5. Rello 2 times says, yeah, he has to. I think we're talking about Kang. Yeah, he got to show up. Yeah, you guys think Mobius is coming back? I definitely think Mobius is coming back for sure. And there's still trailer footage with him. Yeah, very much still is trailer footage with him. So, don't want to say this. The trailer footage where he's in that car driving towards the Sphinx. I know there's history with Sphinx and Kang. Could that be an episode 6 thing where he's trying to go to Kang in a post-credit scene? Because I heard Josh talking about it too, and then the Nerds this morning talking about how, you know, Kang comes down in a spaceship that's shaped like a Sphinx and tries to take over stuff from Apocalypse and all that stuff. Tries to make Apocalypse his heir and all that good stuff. Hey, if we see Kang in that fashion, hiding there in the Sphinx, sign me. Like my man's Michael Scott said in the office, sign me up. Sign me up. I'm here for that. And Mike Porter says, I think he'll be back. I definitely think he'll be back, bro. Coachella says the same. Marvel Maniacs, if I ain't say what up to you, what's up? Tim says, yes, give me Kang. For real. And then Ash Hammer says, nah, I want Kang too. Yeah, my man's Ashton, and I didn't mean to give you that voice, bro. Alright? I didn't mean to give you that voice, man. It just came out like that. Tim says, no, you can talk about Kang all day, bro. I can, but then again, I feel like I'd be getting repetitive if I did. Marvel Maniac says, it's going to be Miss Minutes. Now, here's the thing. Marvel Maniac. Ravonna could give Sylvie a load of bullcrap. She could fill Sylvie up with lies and say anything that she wants to and use Miss Minutes as a reason as to why all this stuff is going on. Sylvie could even go as far as to say Miss Minutes was created by the TVA timekeepers. And I mean, Ravonna could go as far as to say Miss Minutes was made by the TVA timekeepers. She's a computer system, and she found a way to where she thought computer and analytically it would make sense for a sacred timeline to run instead of having to try to manage all of these other timelines and keep them in check and have multiple ones going on at the same time. She thought it would just be better and more efficient to keep one timeline going and then branching and pruning each particular timeline. Because if you got to think, if you let one timeline go, that timeline is going to create another timeline. Like, the branches would not stop. It would be infinite. So I can see that being the load of crap that she feeds her. And honestly, after I said that could be the load of crap, that can honestly be the way that they actually say this all is happening, is that it's Miss Minutes all along. Damn. I never even thought about a Miss Minutes theory. That could be a goddamn on Miss Minutes theory. That Miss Minutes took out the timekeepers to make the TVA run more efficient. Wouldn't that be some shit? It better not. I bet that better be the worst theory that ever come out there and better never come true. Daniel Fisher. Oh, sorry, Daniel Fisher. I missed it. Marvel Maniac says it's gonna be Miss Minutes. Green Bear says, "You too hype, setting yourself up for a Nexus-sized boner." I hope not. But again, I don't get boner, bro. Like, if you can't tell by now, I love the MCU. Like, they gotta do some whack ass shit to make me not like them. Now, here's the thing. I like Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I don't love it. And there's some MCU content that I don't love. But generally, I like the entire MCU. Generally. Maybe with the exception of, like, I'll watch any of the MCU except for maybe with the exception of Ant-Man. There's just something about Ant-Man that I don't like really sitting there watching. That's just me. I'm not a huge Ant-Man movies fan. Ant-Man movies feel a little bit like, I don't even want to say WandaVision. I don't know. They just feel like they just never were as significant enough for me. Even when it came to Ant-Man 2, the only thing that really felt significant was the quantum realm. That's the only thing it seems like Ant-Man has going for it. It's a quantum realm. So yeah, and they're not having my man's T.I. in Ant-Man 3. Come on now. I'm gonna get some hate for that Ant-Man hate. Like, how creative can they get with Miss Minutes? Right. Like, how far can they take Miss Minutes? Tim says, dude, I'm pissed if this is going to be Miss Minutes all along situation. Me too. XR Coon says, I think it's a Loki behind it. Kang will be a TVA villain. Let's see. Green Bear says, I think whoever is judge is in charge, and there's been a secret passed down that the timekeepers are gone, and it's going to be Ravonna all along. Ooh, but Ravonna needs some help. That's why it's Kang involved, right? Miss Minutes, Marvel Maniac says, Miss Minutes seems super sus to me. I've also got a theory that President Loki is a Loki from Infinity War, and Lokis cannot die. Oh, that's a good theory. I like that. I think Lokis can die, but I don't think that Lokis can be erased from reality. That's why I think Lokis are Nexus beings. I think Loki's are cannot be erased from reality, and it's something maybe similar with Wanda as well. I think Wanda is definitely a Nexus being. I think Loki is a Nexus being as well, and it's just wouldn't that be good? I mean, I know there's no comic basis for that, but I don't care because it's the MCU, and also Loki's earned it. Loki's just straight up earned it to be a Nexus being. At least Tom Hiddleston has earned it. Let me say that. Justice Mo says, for some reason, we should have seen Mephisto. I'm letting Mephisto go, bruh. Tim says, I'm gonna ride if we don't see Kang. That's facts. Green Bear says, she could be the subconscious of the last timekeeper or something like that. That's a very good theory, bro. I like that. Tim says, bro, everything is a projection of Kang. He just stole all the people and gave them the technology. Hey, I like that too, bro, Tim. Anything with Kang, I'm here for it. I hope you guys are right so people don't lose their minds. This seems like a huge reveal for Disney for a Disney Plus show with the track record we have so far. But Green Bear, to counter that, like I feel what you're saying there because Kang would be a huge reveal. But honestly, we're sleeping on the reveal of WandaVision. Like, we've gotten some pretty big reveals. Okay? Like, it might not feel like it. But with Scarlet Witch having the Darkhold, that's a pretty big reveal that's going to be going forward and setting up a villain in Multiverse of Madness. Because, yeah, Multiverse of Madness might be tied into Loki with the multiverse falling apart. But with Multiverse of Madness, I think Wanda is going to be one of the main villains along with Shuma. Like, I think Shuma is going to be manipulating Wanda. And without WandaVision, you have to really wonder how the hell Wanda get kids? That's one thing you had to ask yourself. How did Wanda get kids? How did Wanda all of a sudden, we knew she was powerful, but how did she get into this dark place with the Darkhold? Like, how did she get to this place here? And then even with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we got the roots laid for the Thunderbolts. So, like, I don't know how they would go forward with Thunderbolts, like, or the Dark Avengers. Like, I don't know how they would go forward with John Walker being in there and, like, bringing him in. But it's like, you know, I don't know how much character development they're going to be doing in these movies to make up for the Disney Plus series. But people will be like, who the hell is this guy? If we just got John Walker coming in there talking like he's running everything. So I think we've gotten some pretty big reveals as far as villains go. But this, to me, here would be the biggest reveal that we've gotten so far. And I think that this show is definitely different because they putting in the time and the money on this show, on this series, if you ask me. Like, they're putting in that work on this series. So yeah. Oh damn, I just jumped all the way down. But I jumped all the way down to see my man Just Fernie in there. What's going on, bro? How you doing, my mans? Guys, Exarcoon says 3 people are not liked. I don't see likes on here, so make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel because we are on the grind to 250 subs. So drop that in here. And when I get to the 250 subs mark, I'm looking for a piece of comic book nerdy merch to give out. Looking for some nerdy merch to give out at this moment. So I'm thinking about a Funko Pop, but Funko Pop seem to be the going gift that everybody seems to give. So I'm looking to give something a bit more, how do I put it? I'm just looking to give out something a bit more than what everybody else seems to be giving out. Because honestly, I just got a Funko Pop today from the Den of Nerds. Yeah, I just got a Funko Pop. My first Star Wars Funko Pop. I got that Mandalorian and that Baby Yoda. Yeah, I got that. It's coming in the mail soon. I'm hyped. I got that. You'll see it in here. I might have to put a table back here with the knickknacks. I love cracking myself up. Okay, Green Bear says one thing for sure: the Young Avengers is happening. You saying that you think that the little kid Loki is gonna stay in? I see where you're going. You think young Loki is gonna come into the real world? Hey, that might be cool. But then again, the Loki going Loki. Loki's gonna Loki. Coachella Costa says, I got a feeling Black Loki is about to be dope. Me too, bro. Me too. Like, he looks like a savage. Straight savage. So I say swavage. Yeah, he looks wild. Like, I'm there for that, Loki. Also, too, while we're talking about these other Lokis, something has to be answered as to why the TVA let certain variants get to be a certain age. Like, if these timelines really had to be pruned at a certain time before creating Nexus events, how can a Loki live so long to be old? Like, that's just a question I've had. They've explained it with Sylvie. Maybe these other Lokis are like Sylvie. You know, maybe they escaped and they just lived on their like own path there. But like, I'm just wondering, like, how the hell do you let these other Lokis get so old? Because we know why our Loki is that old, because he lived. He's the same Loki that's supposed to be from the sacred timeline. But you gotta ask, how the hell did these other Lokis live these thousands of years without the TVA clipping them off? Tim says, "Go, let's go. Love me some Bad Batch. Okay, make sure you come into the phone lines. We can talk some Bad Batch." Nah. I'm just joking with you. No, I want my wrench. Now I'm playing, man. Nah, I know you want it. I know you want it. All right. Let's see. Justice Mo says, but Mephisto goes hand in hand with the twins, so equal relation to Kang's level. Actually more. But yeah, Kang is Caster Ant-Man. That is facts. That is something that people were tying in. You're right, Justice Simone. That is something that people were tying in there. Um, I forgot about that tie-in as far as that precedence was set for that. So you're right. This Dark Sham. Did I say something about Stark Trinity? Did I say something about the Marvel Lord and Savior? Like, look, at this point, Tony Stark got to be like goddamn Jesus in the MCU, right? Like, he got to be worshipped at this point in the MCU real world. Like, yeah, somebody like Tony Stark in the real world, and he sacrificed his life to bring half of the universe back. Like, how much love is this man getting? Like, I really want to know. Like, well, how do really people really feel about Tony Stark in the MCU? As it could be like Jesus. Some people hate him, some people love him. Episode fours are great. Never thought that. Never thought it like that. Yeah, episode 4 is in the MCU. Something about, hey, maybe it's because we in phase 4. Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe because we in phase 4, they said, you know what? Each episode 4 got to be a certified slapper. So maybe maybe that's where we at with it. Okay, I see you, Ashton, dropping in the links. Hey, the fight on the trailer in Falcon and the Winter Soldier was one of my favorite scenes in the MCU. Marvel Maniac, you are speaking facts, bruh. You are speaking straight facts. That fight scene on that trailer, like, yo, that was wild. I'm with you, bro. That was like one of my favorite scenes so far, bro. Cause I think like Captain America and the Winter Soldier had the best fight scene. But after that, like when we're talking about like grounded fight scenes, I remember when I was talking about it, like when we're talking about like fight scenes, I'm not talking about like the battle scenes that we've gotten. I'm talking about straight up fight scenes. Yo, that holds its weight, maybe up to anything but that Winter Soldier fight that went down with Captain America. And I say maybe even the Tony Stark. That Tony Stark fight, it was more emotional than it was cool looking. That we saw between Captain America, Tony Stark, and in Bucky Barnes in Civil War. But nah, that was dope. I ain't slipping, says Ashton. B Grissom, what's going on, bro? How you doing, my man? Ash Hammer said, maybe they made WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier's reveals kind of lame on purpose so that this soldier will have more of an impact. Hey, that could be a good excuse for him, bro. Just make a good excuse for him. Just imagine, Miss Minutes has become self-aware, Code clock. Hey, that could be dope. Nikki. What's going on, home girl? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing here? Geeky Gambit says, I mean, they could change it, but the whole point of a Nexus being is that there's only one, and that's Wanda in the MCU. But hey, I wouldn't hate on the change. It's a logical theory. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can have more than. I get it, and like maybe that's something where I'm slacking in the comic book knowledge as to having one Nexus being. But yeah, if Loki's a Nexus being, like, to me, they can make that make sense as to why he couldn't be pruned. Because we're talking about Nexus events. We're talking about Nexus events in Loki. Kang would be a bigger reveal than WandaVision. That's the villain for a major movie, Ant-Man, in 2023. Yeah, that's facts. And that's the thing, like, I'm not saying, because we already called Wanda the Scarlet Witch. It was just seeing her path to get there, but she is going to be the villain, I think, in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So we are getting that, but yeah, it's like there's no way that a character that we already knew was the Scarlet Witch, but we see her actually become the Scarlet Witch and we recognize as that. There's no way that reveal would have anything on the Kang reveal. So I have a question: if every character has different variants for every timeline, does that mean we can still have actors from the main timeline playing different characters in those other timelines? Yeah. Right? I get what you mean. Bro. They could all look different. And that could explain how you could see, like, what was that? People were like, we could see like a Tom Cruise, Iron Man or whatever. Like whenever Secret Wars happens, you can see all these different types of Iron Man come in. Yeah, I can see that happening. Just Fernie, I think I said what's up to you, but I'm saying what's up to you again. Green Bear says, I think they can tease Kang. Yo, I need to get to this Bad Batch talk. He said, I think they can tease Kang at the end, but I think he pops up. But I don't think he pops up. I got you. I spent all my nerd coin on the Charles and Eric Marvel Legends figures a while back, and now I'm broke. Too broke to buy new stuff now. Yo, I wish I would have bought that. But honestly, I like that I bought something Star Wars. Especially with the nerd coin, because to be real, if I'm spending my actual like money, even though like nerd coin is pretty much money that I've been putting into super chats and stuff, it's like if I'm putting my actual money into it, I'm buying some Marvel stuff. So I'm glad I got some Star Wars merch in there some way, somehow, and that it's Mandalorian based. Raph Boner could be a variant. Very well could be. Very well could be Fernie. All right, let me open up the Discord and see if anybody wants to chat tonight. But go into the Discord. If you wanna get in here and talk, put something in the Discord now. Let me know. Then that way I can go ahead and get folks lined up of who we wanna talk to here. So yeah, go into that Discord, put it in there while I finish up these last, because we're probably gonna start open up the phone lines in about 10 minutes. So if you want to get into this, like if you want to get on here, talking the phone lines, talk about anything nerdy, you can. Just put a message in the Normies Nerds Discord there. And if not, it's all good too. All right, Tim says, I'm still kind of amazed that they said Ant-Man 3. I'm still kind of amazed that they said about Ant-Man 3. It's going to be a Star Wars level. Like, damn, that's some high level expectations they have to meet, especially after the last Ant-Man movie. Bro, you're right on. Like, that's something I've been wrestling with. Like, is Kang really going to be that guy that it has to take a whole army to defeat? Are we going to see maybe a council of Kangs going against it? Like, is Kang at this point going to be controlling the whole TVA in the quantum realm? For specs, like, it's another letdown. The TVA is not in the quantum realm, and I'm gonna be, I don't know, it's not like they really put much out there that's in the quantum realm, but to me it just makes sense for it to be in the quantum realm, and I would like for it to be in the quantum realm to make sense for Quantum Mania. So who the hell are they gonna be fighting? who the hell is to make it like you said Star Wars level? And I'm thinking like everybody on everybody, like it's fights on fights. Like what the hell? And this Quantumania, could they be like going through time and having these battles? Like I don't know. Like Quantumania could be bonkers, bro. Miss Menace equals Skynet. I'm weak. All right, let's see here. Y'all already said I want to see Ben Stiller Mobius variant. That would be dope. Oh man, I have not thought about that. That would be great. That would be a good thing to see, bro. That would be dope. That would be dope. Both Ant-Man movies, meh. Yeah, both Ant-Man movies are meh. Both Ant-Man movies are meh. Very meh. Don't get me started on Ant-Man. Look, I'm excited to put this. I'm excited to put this rating together. I'm probably gonna wait until after I see Black Widow to put this rating together. Of actually, what am I thinking? Black Widow come out next week. So, okay, yeah. So we'd have Black Widow, and we'd have we got Black Widow, and we'd have Loki to add to our top 20, to our top MCU content list. So I'm excited to put that together in the coming weeks to see where everything lands. I think Loki, if Loki hits this season finale right, I think Loki could be top 10. Geeky Gambit, you got a lot of things to say, bro. You sure you don't want to call into the line? You can if you want to, bro. I feel like Ant-Man and the Wasp would be good mentor figures for the Young Avengers, though. They could be. Like the first Ant-Man 2, like the second. I like the first Ant-Man 2, but the second one is man. Yeah, I wasn't really here for the first one to keep it 100 with you. It just wasn't my style. Like, it's just It was just Felt very kind of decent. Not even at the start. That's just yeah, let me see. Do we got anybody in here? Alright. Oh, Green Bear wants to, okay, I got you, Green Bear. So look, next week is packed with that nerdy shit. It is, bro. Next week is gonna be wild. Alright, so here's the thing about next week. I'm working night shift next week. So I gotta do a preview stream somehow, some way for Black Widow. So this is what we'll probably do next week. Next week, the streams will probably be late next week. Well, here's the thing. If I'm working night side, I gotta figure out next week. Because I can't drop the ball next week. If anything, I am seeing Black Widow. I am gonna watch it on Disney Plus at 12. I'm gonna watch Black Widow at 12 o'clock on Disney Plus. But see, I'll be off on that Friday, so going to the movie theaters on Friday night. So what I might do that Friday night is when I come back from the movies on Friday night, I may come back and go ham on Black Widow next Friday night. So we could be getting a Friday stream, and that work out because I have family coming in Saturday, so that could take place at that stream. So mark it in your calendars, hit the notification bell, because we could be streaming Friday night on Black Widow. Thursday might not have a stream on Thursday. We might not have a stream on Thursday. I will keep you guys posted. On Wednesday, we will be having a late stream on Wednesday. Okay? So a late stream on Wednesday. And that's only because I got to work late night. So that's it. She, what's going on, bro? Hell yeah, you can call in, man. I'm going to have this convo with Green Bear. I'm going to be on for probably like another 45. So we have this convo with Green Bear. You can hop in, bro. You can hop in. Let me read Geeky Gambus here. I don't know what got me on the tangent to talk about that. But Geeky Gambus says, you know what I just realized for some reason? I've had trouble wrapping my head around why would they have Ant-Man face off against someone as formidable as King? But then it hit me. It very well could be like a Captain America Civil War situation where you have multiple heroes showing up. Maybe the Fantastic Four show up like how Spidey did. I'm with you on that shit, bro. But actually, I would love it if it. I would love to if I wasn't at work. I got you, bro. Alrighty, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna come out here to the final round grounds. Kendall always getting hella quiet if he does not like something. Speak what's on your mind, boy. Hey, bro. Here's the thing. I don't like shitting on people, bro. Like that's just it. Like I don't know. I feel like I get quiet if I don't know stuff. Like I just don't try to act like I know stuff. So that's when I get quiet. I feel like I do a good job of being vocal when I don't like stuff. Like I go in on people. Man, I go in on people. Like I go in on shitty content. I went in on Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I went in on Snyder Cut. You guys know how I feel about Snyder Cut, piece of ass. Like, you know how I feel about that. Alright, so y'all, let me go ahead and get into these into the final round grounds and call this man Greenberry in here. Greenberry said, alright, She, you ready? I'm gonna give you a phone call. Greenberry said, let me call She first. Come on, Greenberry, you sure? Are you sure, Greenberry? You sure you want me to call She first? He said She can take my turn, man. Alright. Man. Look, that's how I say aunt. Hey, that is how I say aunt. I got my aunties. Actually, I say auntie when I say auntie, but I'd be like Aunt Toy. I got an aunt. No, I say aunt. Okay, I do say aunt. I don't say aunt. I ain't as country as I thought. I say aunt. But I know where you're coming from. No, I do say aunt. I guess I'm very proper to be from the country. All right, so it's just a voice call, Steve. So you don't gotta put your camera on or nothing. This is a voice call, man. Y'all hear the phone ringing? Yeah. Yo. She, what's poppin', bruh? Damn. Are we in here? Steve, can you hear me? You on, bro? Hold up. It might be me. Nah, it's not me. It's you. Dang. Yeah, y'all heard the phone ringing, right? All right, so we should be hearing Sheeb talk if she got his microphone plugged up. While I'm gonna put all the blame on Sheev right now, while I'm looking at the fixer to make sure it's not me, I'm gonna be putting all the blame on Sheev right now. But in the meantime, just my thoughts before Sheev gets here on episode 10. I do think this is a defining episode in the series.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Sheev. I can hear you. What's going on, bro?
You can hear me?
Yeah, can you hear
For
me?
sure. Hold on.
Yeah.
It works. I think it works better on the phone. What's up, bro?
Nothing much, bro. How you doing, man?
I am doing solid, dude. I'm excited for tonight. I'm excited for the next episode of Loki whenever it comes out. I think next Wednesday, but I'm hyped, man. We've had a lot of awesome nerdy content lately, man.
Bro, let me know. Are you doing the watch party on your channel tonight on Vader's Lair, or are you over there on the Dinner Nerds tonight?
I was originally doing Vader's Lair, but I got the key and the permission to do the Den of Nerds watch party tonight. So there will be a watch party over at the Den of Nerds Live.
Let's go. Look, I'm gonna be dead ass. I stayed up for Loki. I'm gonna be asleep, bro. So I ain't gonna be able to make it, man. But I'm definitely gonna catch you because you do an after stream, right, on Vader's Lair. You do an after stream of Vader's Lair, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so,
I know it's gonna be hella late for you guys.
Yeah, so I'm gonna catch that. I'm gonna catch that tomorrow. That on the replay. But yeah, man. You know, just real quick for the folks here, my take on this episode. I was about to say, like, I'm thinking this episode is like really a determining factor, right? Like we've gotten to a point to where like these last 3 episodes have been like very high action. Like these last 3 episodes have been crazy.
Yeah.
So we were at a point, like if I remember correctly, watching like the final season of Clone Wars. Like the season kicked up and it stayed up. Like it kicked up and it was crazy. Like from a certain point on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we got like 16 episodes with this series. I think this episode can either one continue that crazy shit, or two we can tone back down until maybe like two seasons before the finale. I just think this is a key turning point to whether or not we're getting crazy from here on out or not. What do you think
Yeah, I
we're
hear
heading?
you.
What do you think we're heading?
So I've been wondering the same thing, and it's really strange. I've been talking about with some of the other uh bigger, like some dudes that are like bigger on Star Wars YouTube than I am, and like we have a little group chat going, and we've been talking about some of the stuff, and we find it really interesting that right as Loki started airing, it
Uh huh.
seems like the Bad Batch episodes like cranked into a different gear.
Facts.
And now that I don't want to say that like Feige and Filoni are having like a battle, but it kind of seems like they're having a battle to see who's the better creator. And like they're right as Loki started, it got like shot up, and now Loki is cranking into a like different gear of its
Facts.
own. So I don't know if I like my theory on that is right. Like I feel like this could be actually a big episode, and at the same time, the last like 3 or 4 episodes have been like so outside the box, and like that it's been like so different for the Bad Batch lately, and that, I don't know if it's gonna be able to rival this past Loki episode,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it definitely could have a chance if Filoni was trying to do that. And another thing that like kind of adds to that little theory of mine is that around the time Loki ends, there will be 4 more episodes of the Bad Batch. So kind of like how that Clone Wars finale had those last 4 episodes that were like a movie. That could potentially happen at that, like right after Loki ends. Bad Batch is like killing it on the finale.
It could be, but like everybody was wondering why the hell they moved to Wednesday nights, and yeah, I think you hit the
Yeah,
nail on the head. Like, kick that shit. Like the timing seems kind of perfect because one, you want folks on Disney. Like if you're Disney, you want that shit to happen. Like you want to have two fire episodes in one week. Like that's what you
yeah,
want to have happen. So that to me makes total sense because you're starting Loki and you're kicking up. So then you got that stuff going on, and now that Loki is going to be over, folks will be who are on Disney Plus for Loki and maybe dabbled in the Bad Batch a little bit. Can continue on and finish Bad Batch. So like, yeah, that to me is a good idea and dope idea. And if that was the case, I was smart by Disney because having
really smart
having
for
these
sure.
two shows on there at one time, that's a win, bro. That's a straight up win.
Definitely,
Like
it
think
makes the
about
week more exciting to like just to speculate on both. It's so fun.
yeah, like think about next week, bro. Like you gonna have like how's the Disney Plus app not gonna crash next week?
For real.
Like how is it not gonna crash next week? Because God, I don't care what people saying about theaters. I feel like Black Widow is gonna get bought more than any movie it has so far on Disney Plus. Like
On the premiere access.
yeah, like I think people are gonna watch that as soon as it drops. Like so many people are gonna watch that at 12 o'clock midnight as soon as it drops on midnight access.
For
Um,
sure. For sure. I'm really debating whether or not I should try and like see it in theaters. Like, buy it that night or, that weekend.
yeah, like you wonder like if they're gonna like you wonder how they're gonna. I'm sorry, I was reading a comment that kind of threw me off. But no,
You're
I was
good.
wondering like, what do I want to do first, right? Like, do I want to go to the theaters first and experience it there, or do I want to see it on Disney Plus? I'm still
Yeah.
thinking about it, bro, because regardless, I'm gonna be up. Actually, if they're dropping it at 3 o'clock here on the East Coast, it might be better for me sleep wise to just go ahead and see it in theaters on Thursday night here.
For sure. For sure. Are you gonna like another factor for me is like if I'm gonna go with people or if I'm gonna like watch it with people at home. So I totally get what you're saying with that.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm not. I'm kind of hung out to dry on that one because The wifey ain't trying to go to the movie theater. She's like, I'll go to the movie theater with you and watch it if it's good. Like she wants me to go watch it first. Because I mean, but like she don't want to risk. I guess she don't want to risk the Rona because she pregnant or whatever. So so like I guess she don't want to risk the Rona just to go see a whack movie, but she'll risk it if it's
For
good.
sure.
Uh,
Yeah,
but
and another thing that I'm kind of factoring in is like the fact that you can rewatch it if you buy it on Premiere.
yeah,
I think so.
facts.
Like,
It's a given.
it makes it more incentive.
All right, so look, Justin Simone said this. They don't want to eat their own ratings. There's no way uh in two there's no way in production they knew the two shows were going to be competing. That is facts, but in post production and rolling it out, I think they do know what they got on the table. Like,
For sure.
yeah, when they're making the
Especially
shows, I don't
like,
think they think that.
yeah, obviously, like they didn't like plan this from the beginning. Like I don't think Marvel and Star Wars are out here like, all right, we're gonna drop Loki and Bad Batch this week, and that's how this is gonna go down. But
Facts.
just like, kind of like how you're saying, post production, like Filoni knows what he's making out here. Like he's killing it every time he makes an animated series. And heck, he's killing it every time he makes any series. But there's like Feige and Filoni like know how to play the game, and with Disney in the middle of the two of them, like they can just play that perfectly, and they're doing it pretty perfectly right now. Like I said, as soon as Loki started, Bad Batch, like even if it was the Martez sisters the first week that Loki came out, like
Mm-hmm.
that was different, and it led us to Rex, and like we had a crazy like Marvel cliffhanger with like a crazy post credit like scene with Rex showing up on the hologram, and
Right.
ever since then it's been freaking full gears ahead like crazy.
Yeah, and that's the thing, bro. Like, there's no competing if you're the same studio. Like,
Yeah,
you don't compete with
they
yourself.
control the TV right now.
Yeah, so it's just like these streaming services ain't nothing but cable television stations. Like they keep it 100 at this point. Like they're making their own shit. They ain't nothing. There's no different from like when ABC and NBC were fighting to get people to watch them than what
Yeah, bro.
Netflix and Disney is doing at this time. It's just you just don't you're just not in the contract or nothing. So yeah, if the more they can keep people on the app, the better. So
Yeah.
it's a plus, bro. It's a plus. So look, let me ask you, any crazy if we're going crazy in this episode, like so let's say we're staying on Bad Batch, like on this path that Bad Batch has had over the last 3 weeks. Who like what could we see this week that could keep that level of elevation going? Because bro, right now I'm thinking like if we're toning down, I'm thinking they're just gonna go back to who is the bounty hunter, like the
And
person that they're working for. That's where I think that they're just going back to the person that they're working for, doing these
oh,
missions for.
Sid
Yeah, Sid. Like at this point, I'm
for
thinking if
sure.
we're tuning back down, like they're just gonna go back to Sid and maybe do another mission. I don't know. Like if we're keeping it up, where do you think we're going?
For sure. That's a good question because like it's hard to speculate this week, especially like it was hard to speculate last week too. Like just like what the heck can they do from here? Like I say it all the time. The possibilities right now are like literally limitless. Like this is a time period we haven't like super explored on like visually on television. Post Revenge of the Sith is not something we normally see a lot of, and we're getting a ton of it with this show. And I think a way that they can make this episode like as hype or the same level as the last ones is if maybe they do go to Sid and then Fennec Shan kind of shows up, and we have like episode leak titles and stuff. Like I probably won't like release them here because I don't know if you want all the leaks on here right now.
Well, I mean,
But
if you got if you want to drop the name of this episode title, I don't think it's that bad. We're 2 minutes
yeah,
out.
the
2 hours.
the title episode is said to be Common Ground. So
Okay.
it's kind of like my theory on that is just that they're gonna find common ground with Fennec Shand because she's basically in the same position as them. Like she was hired to protect Omega, even though they weren't hired. They're obviously just protecting her because they care about her and want her on the team and everything.
That's dope.
But I think they could find common ground with her, and the fact that they've like the one other clone that's like her is Boba Fett. I think Fennec Shan could potentially know about Boba Fett already because they're both part of the guild. Boba Fett's a bounty hunter at this time period already, even though he's like 13, 14 years old. So I think maybe they could use Fennec as a way to get in contact with Boba.
So is Boba younger than Fennec?
Fennec is probably like in her early 20s at this point, maybe like mid 20s, because she's probably like 40 or so in Book of Boba and Mandalorian. So, but Boba he's unaltered, so he's only like 13 or 14 years old, because that's how long ago the clones started getting created, and he is alpha, so we know he was like the first clone that was ever made, really, and that's like he's the purest Jango clone that there is.
So with Omega. So wait, so is Omega literally Omega? Is Omega Beta at this point? Because I was a little confused off of that.
Well, I get what you're saying. It's tough to say. It could be that Omega is the last of the first gen clones and the last of the enhanced. I'm not really sure if she's the last of the enhanced clones. That was originally what we kind of were led to believe, just because there's 5 enhanced clones and she would be the 5th. But she could be like the first of the enhanced clones and the last of the Generation 1 clones, but that's why she would still have like the Gen 1 DNA, but she's like an experiment that has potentially like greater gifts than even Boba does.
I got you, bro. Look, I'm so glad you called in, my mans, because it is shit. When you come in here and start talking Star Wars, bro, I can ask you questions for days, and I feel like you got answers for days. My man Beto, he says, okay, think about this. How much better would Bad Batch be if they doubled up the episode runtime and cut the episode count in half? I don't know. And Felicity brought it back here. Like, I see where your head is at, Vito. But, like, can you imagine sitting through a 45-minute episode of episodes 3 and 4? Like, I don't know. Like,
I think a lot of people didn't like episodes 4 and 5 as much. And it's funny because like my crazy Star Wars self can get so much out of those episodes, and other people are like, "Oh, bro, those were like filler." Like,
right.
Come on, guys.
Like, it was like, they did drop some. Here's the thing, like, if it's filler, I think people forget what filler episodes are. But if you want to know a filler episode, watch a damn anime, and then tell me what a filler episode is.
Exactly, bro.
Filler episodes have nothing to do with the series or plot or anything.
Exactly, bro. I think I've like talked about that on one of my live streams even. So I'm happy you're on that same page as me. Like, my thing is always I tell people like go watch like a season of Naruto and tell me what filler is.
Facts. Like, you don't know filler till you're watching the anime, and then you get halfway through an episode and you realize, like, what the hell, this has nothing to do with the shit they was doing in the last episode.
Yeah, or it'll be like something like a whole like arc that like literally has like no consequences or nothing. It's just the same like story you've seen 20 million times in this show already, and it's like they're just reiterating that like Naruto is like such this great person that'll like do anything for the people that he cares about. It's like, all right, yeah, we know that from the past like 120 episodes, but we need that storyline again.
Facts. That's why I had to end up getting hip to that. There's like a website out there that lists all the filler episodes and all the anime.
Exactly.
And I was like, bet. But at a certain point, it was like I started to recognize, okay, this is filler. Now, Justice Simone, but I feel what you were saying though, Vito, about like, because you want a bit more from the episodes in each week. But along that line,
I'm with him too a little bit.
Yeah, I agree there. Like, it's in this binge like world that we live in right now. 20 episodes is, 20 minutes in the episode. It's like at least you wanted a lot more. But what someone
and I have liked that they've been doing like 30-minute episodes for like 27-minute episodes for like the cooler stuff, like it like they did go shorter for those episodes that a lot of people didn't care for as much, and now that they like kicked it up, they've been a little bit longer. But I kind of see where he's getting at. In that first episode, like everybody loved that, and it was an hour and 15 minutes. So like I definitely see where he's coming from. And I think Vito, the long play of Dave Filoni's stories, and like when you watch it all, like I feel like it's going to be a better binge type of show, especially the second time around. So I don't know, man. I hear you, but you got to trust the Filoni process.
Now, one thing I would be with is if they dropped like 2 episodes in a week. Now, not even like one at a time, like not even like 2 in one day. But if you wanted to drop one on like I don't know, like a Friday night, and then drop another one on like a Tuesday or something. Like if you want to do that, I'm cool. Like
Yeah,
that showing
they
stuff
could
away
do like
from.
a Monday, a beginning of the week and end of the week. Like start your week off with a Monday episode, kick it off, or finish it off with a Friday. That would be dope.
Yeah, but I mean, to be real though, like this could be like Loki a test run for Disney Plus, like to have these two shows like on there, because like when you think about like the projects that they're going to be having come out like for Star Wars in the future, and for like the continuing projects with the MCU, like we're going to have overlap. Like there's no doubt we're going
We're
to
gonna
have
have
some
a
overlap.
lot of content coming out for sure.
Yeah, so like this could be like a test run, bro. Like I said, like they could be out there to really take shit over on Disney Plus, like to make people
Yeah,
like,
bro.
look, I only really have like time to watch like one show with the wifey or whatever. Like we only have time to watch like one show on TV a night.
Yeah,
So it's like
I get you.
if you take that time away and like you got shows on there that's got you on one app that's coming out like twice a week. Like if you got two shows on one app that you want to watch in a week, like that's hurting some of these other folks, and you're gonna be like, damn, why am I even paying for this? I don't even got time to watch HBO Max. Like you know what I mean? Like yeah, they taking over. Like that's a
It's-
great strategy they taking over with, man. Hey, but
yeah, it is.
but yeah, bro, you got anything else on your mind? I mean, we got you in here. We got the wise man in here. You got anything else you want to pop off with? Are you Gucci?
Um, I don't know, man. I'm excited for this multiverse and Marvel. I think the way they ended off this past Loki episode has been it's a crazy time to be a Marvel fan too.
Bro, you said the word right there, bro. Like that's one thing. Like this Loki episode, I said it before, bro. Like they giving us visuals, dog. Like visuals out the ass. Like the planet breaking apart and like land like that moon and the planet crashing together on Lamentus. Like I'm thinking, like, damn, like is this what Battle World could look like? Like, is this what shit could happen when Secret Wars happens? Like when these planets start to
Yeah,
collide, like they're really like showing us how big of a scale they can make things look. Um, and I was like, damn, like this shit is crazy, just how much they're putting in there. So like that even got me even more hyped for the multiverse shit because I do think we're leading up to Secret Wars. So like the visuals
I
that
think
like
so
we might
too.
get for Secret Wars.
It's hyped, man. It's hyped.
Yeah, dog. So like
Hell
that shit. And like here's the thing. How let me ask you this. How high are you right now on like the Shang-Chi movie or like the Eternals right
yeah. On the Shang-Chi, I'll tell you this. I wasn't very like excited for either of them, honestly. I was kind of like one of the fans that was like, all right, these movies are probably all right, they're gonna be cool. They kind of seem more like origin kind of movies, but then like as soon as I got that newest Shang-Chi trailer, I was like, oh, what the heck? We're getting Abomination. This is about to be insane.
now? Bruh. Look, I was high for the Shang-Chi movie before I saw Abomination pop in, bro.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
when I seen Abomination popping in like that, bro. Like and then you got Wong in there too, like fighting Abomination. Like dog, like Shang-Chi is gonna be crazy. And like that wasn't even to me the best part. What I liked the most was how they was using those rings. Like they like the rings themselves were like a type of weapon that we hadn't really seen in the MCU yet. As far as like
Yeah,
the
I
dynamic.
felt foolish.
Yeah, bro. Like it's really a lot cool.
I was
Like
like, yeah, I've been giving him like hell for that because like I'm like, you really gonna like mess up the Mandarin again? And then I see that and I'm like, I'll shut my mouth and watch. All right, Feige.
Yeah, like it's different from the gauntlet because yeah, you had a gauntlet and it did shit. But like, if you got some rings that are powerful as hell and you could throw them at folks and like pull them back, like, bruh, that shit is just like it's gonna be a wild movie, bro. But
Yeah,
like kind of tying in these visuals, like they're really like pumping up the visuals with Loki, and like I think they're really be pumping up the visuals because one thing that I'm very interested to see is I do think at one point we're going to get Galactus or Celestials or some other Celestial. And with Eternals, like
yeah,
I think that's something that's under wraps right now is that we will see Eternals. Like people aren't talking about it; it's out there, but I think a lot of people are sleeping on the fact that we will be seeing Eternals in the Eternals movie. I mean seeing
yeah, bro.
Eternals. God damn it! I meant seeing Celestials in the Eternals movie. So
Okay,
like
for sure.
just this local, like the visuals we've been getting in Loki, bro. Like that's even got me more hyped to see like if we see a Galactus, how they're gonna pull that off and how they make this shit come into scale and really look realistic. Like really look like he's the size of a fucking planet. Like,
For sure. I was just gonna say I'm curious what the budget for Loki is compared to WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because like we know they had like damn near like movie budgets, I think, although obviously
mm-hmm.
like the pandemic hit and everything, but like they had some pretty good money for it, and I'm curious if Loki had even more because like I don't know like you said, the visuals in this have been like insane, and when you put it like comparatively to what we got in WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier, it's like, all right, how the heck are we getting all these crazy visuals in these shows, and those shows had like no visuals at all.
Especially Falcon and the Winter Soldier. At least in WandaVision, Wanda had a whole hex around the town. But Falcon and the
Yeah,
Winter Soldier, they might have spent a lot of their money on traveling. Cause damn, like,
and
like
reshoots or something, right?
yeah, like it wasn't a lot of visuals at all. But like I've been saying about Loki, like they ain't holding shit back. Like if there's a place that they want to go in Loki,
Mm-mm.
they're going there. If there's like an example or a point they want to prove, they're proving that shit visually. Like I always come back to this, and it'll probably be something I'll talk about like in future streams when it comes to the MCU series. Period. Is that when that whole explanation about the whole like apocalypse thing with Loki and when he went to Pompeii in
Yeah.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that just would have been left at the salad demonstration that Loki did. They wouldn't. Falcon and the Winter Soldier wouldn't have gone to Pompeii, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier wouldn't have spelled it out for you the way that they did. But
Nah.
they spent the money to go to Pompeii for what 3-4 minutes, and it just made it make sense. It just elevated it even more to show it like that. So it was like, yeah, they're spending the money, throwing that budget in there, and I'm hyped to see the more like shit. We got 2 more episodes, bro. Like
2 more hours of freaking awesomeness.
facts, and you said hours, and that's what's dope about it because I feel like we were let down with the runtime in the season finale of WandaVision. Um, I was expecting that runtime to be like an hour, but I think it was more like just the rest of the show, like maybe like 37 minutes, like I think it was like 42 minutes or whatever. Um,
Yeah, it was maybe a tiny bit longer than most of the other episodes, but not by a lot.
yeah, but we got a lot to see left. We have a lot to go over in Loki right now.
Yeah,
Like we got to
they've
hear
been
this
packing
explanation.
more in these hours.
Yeah, man, like it's a lot to fit in, and like if these next 2 episodes are 45 minutes, there's a lot to fit in 45 minutes. Like
Big fact.
it's a lot, bro. It's a lot, man. But yeah, man, I'm hyped, bro. Oh, by the way, I started rewatching, um, switching back over to Star Wars. I started rewatching the OG trilogy. I don't know. I think I said this in your stream last night. Um, yeah, man, I started rewatching the OG trilogy because I had to do some work. Like I'm in this little grant competition shit, and I've been having to stay up and do some work. So I've been watching like the OG trilogy again, and bro, like I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. The OG trilogy, I didn't really pick up on like why people love the OG trilogy so much compared to like the prequel trilogy or whatever. Um, but now, like it's on a different level. Like I'm really picking up what Star Wars was really doing as far as watching it feels like I'm watching a live action like type of Clone Wars series. Like they're on many missions. Like this is the first
Yeah.
time I really realized like the movie is just packed with many missions in these arcs that lead up to like the big finale with your Vader in each movie, which was dope. Like
Yeah, dude, the way he set up the whole original trilogy, like that's why he started with that story, because he actually had the technology and like the stuff to do it even in the like late 70s, early 80s. Like,
mm,
George has been killing it for a long time, and that original trilogy is like what set everything in motion, man. So I totally get what you're saying with it.
yeah, it felt good. And like I said, like just knowing more about like the Clone like I think what helped me out was just like watching the Clone Wars and like seeing these week to week missions with Ahsoka and like what they were doing there and like how they were getting out of these like impossible type situations of what it felt like and they were getting out of those in the animated series and seeing them do that like and
Yeah,
realizing what's going on in the OG trilogy that was lit,
yeah. Before I head out, because I don't want to keep too much of your time, man.
man. Yeah, I was about to
There is
I got the vibe.
the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars are so special, man. And the reason like so many fans really love them is because it turned from this one line Obi-Wan said in the very first movie. He told Luke about the Clone Wars, and it turned into this show that gave fans this added love for the prequels and like added context. And if you've seen the Clone Wars in its entirety, at least once, like like how much more it enriches the rest of the saga. And like,
mm,
yeah, it makes the prequels a lot better in a way, but it also adds to the feelings and like what's going on in the original trilogy. Like, obviously we know like what happens with Obi-Wan and Anakin and the prequels leading into the original trilogy, and like how devastated Obi-Wan was, and like how he became that hermit that we see in episode 4. But seeing Clone Wars and even Rebels too, like when you watch those, like it adds to just like Obi-Wan's character, and like Darth Vader himself. Like it adds so much more to these characters. And like the whole backstory of Obi-Wan when he's telling Luke, oh, like this is your father's lightsaber, and he's not giving him the full truth because of
right.
what he did. But it's just so much more enriched by this one TV show. Like, it's crazy to think about.
Let me ask you, bro. You just mentioned something like real quick before you get out of here. You mentioned something about Obi-Wan turning into a hermit. Is that just what Luke did after what happened with Kylo Ren? Like, was Luke basically on the same path as Obi-Wan when turning into a hermit after Kylo Ren went through his thing, and then I mean, also
Sort
just
of, bro,
like
for
because
sure.
he saw his Padawan, Obi-Wan saw his Padawan turn dark, like go dark side, and kind of. I mean, was Obi-Wan trying to kind of just hide and stay alive for the next hope to just be watching Luke? I mean, is that why we went to Herman, or I mean, or is it just more so like he was just defeated by the fact that to see his Padawan Anakin go down that way, and then it kind of just parallel with Luke, um, to seeing what happened with Kylo Ren, um, and like what
Yeah,
even
man.
though he had something to do with it.
I totally get what you're saying with that too, and definitely there's some parallels there. But it's hard to really truly compare the two because we don't really have a full backstory for what led Luke to doing that, other than he felt the darkness in Kylo, and he knew that there was something like weird going on, and maybe even had like some type of like Anakin visions, showing him
Mm,
what Kylo could eventually become. But and of course, like Luke could have potentially like acted on those visions in that moment, and like that's why he saw that, but then stopped himself. But with Obi-Wan, it's way different in a way too, because like I was saying, like the Clone Wars really enrich his character and everything, but like the prequels do that too in a way, even if you haven't seen the Clone Wars. And this is the dude that's probably lost the most out of anybody, and that's why like to me Obi-Wan is one of the purest forms of Jedi that there has ever been. Like The dude literally has lost his master, the love of his life, and his like brother slash like his student. He lost everything and like continued to lose everything, and still was like, nah, I'm a Jedi, I'm a protector. Like even though like maybe he didn't do some things right, and like he couldn't fully prevent Anakin from turning to the dark side in the end. Like
Hmm.
the dude is literally like the embodiment of a light side user of the Force.
That's dope, bro. Steve, I tell you, man, you do it every time on this Star Wars shit, bro. Do it every time on this Star Wars shit, bro. Look, everybody in here, I'm pretty sure is hip to Sheev's channel, but if you're not, go over there to Vader Slayer and look. He is honestly, bro. When it comes to this Star Wars shit, you like my favorite person I like to hear talk about this Star Wars shit. Um,
Hey, that's much appreciated,
so
man.
like, bro, keep doing your thing over there, man. I seen you hit the 300 mark over there on Vader's layer, and that's honestly because you deliver what you like. You deliver the goods. You deliver what people want to hear, and like, dude, you're gonna be like I said, bro. You the I don't even want to say Kobe. It feels like Michael Jordan at this point. Like you're going up, bro, and it's good to see, man. And I'm glad that you came in here and hollered on the phone lines, man.
Much love to you, Kendall, man. You're killing the game out here too. I love the whole vibe of your channel and how you take these normies and make them into nerds. So, much love to you, bro. That really like it makes me feel humbled at the same time, dude. So thank you. I love talking about this Star Wars stuff, and thank you for having me on and talking to me, man. I love talking with you.
Hey, no doubt, bro. No doubt, man. Hey, well, look, thanks for hopping on. I'll let you go, bro. Hey, make sure you guys go over there and holler at Sheev tonight for the Dinner Nerds watch party over there. And then he's going to be doing another stream on Vader's Lair following up on that. Green Bear, I will catch you. Look, this conversation went a bit longer than I planned. But Green Bear has a channel too as well, and I would have shouted him out if he got in here. So let me shout him out now. Go over there to Green Bear's channel. Fourth wall break over there. Holler at my man's Green Bear. He is another up and coming streamer over there. So holler at my man's. Look, we are going to get on. Where's my music? Okay, beat. Okay, house beat. Fourth wall break over there. Yeah, it's good. All right, y'all. We gonna go ahead and get out of here. It's 1 o'clock on the East Coast. I feel like a late night radio host. But you know what it is. We got to get out of here and do the most. We got to get out here and watch that Bad Batch. We got to get out here and grind. We got to get out here and turn these normies into nerds. Like I always say, go watch something nerdy. Whether you're going back to rewatch Loki, whether you're going to go watch Bad Batch tonight, you want to catch up on some episodes and get in that vibe for that. You know what? I personally, the nerdy shit I've been watching Ragnarok on Netflix. That shit's been hitting in season 2. If you watch Ragnarok in season 1 and you felt like it didn't hit, go watch season 2 and I bet you it slaps. But regardless, go watch anything nerdy other than motherfucking DC. Alright? We still on that vibe, baby. We still on that vibe. So like I said, go watch some nerdy, share it with a friend, turn them into normies, and bring them here and we'll turn them into nerds and we can jam out together. Alright, I am your Normie Sensei, Master Cunt with Normies and Nerds. I will see you all on the next episode this Saturday. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when we're streaming. Catch you guys later. Much love. Peace out. Hey, that little beat got me hyped for some bars. But damn, this has been vibey. They said he keep on spitting the same bar. That's it out there. You guys got 2 minutes? My man's getting Yeah, that beat coming. Oh, I know you're heard that beat. There it is. Boom. Bada bing. Dang. This beat does slap though. This is a beat I'm a friend named C. It does slap. Damn, and he sent me another slapper, and it's saying that it's playing on my damn. That's hanging out. Wife is sleeping. I got all the time in the world. Let me see. I don't have all the time. Let me not disrespect my own time like that. I think the only thing is. That's okay. Okay, now we hear this beat. Ooh. Chillin' on the weekend and we killing it every time. We come up here and speaking straight facts with it. We be getting with it, we be killing with it. We be putting theories in here, we make our jigging with it. I kick it just like I'm Beckham, no, we kick it with it. Just let me calm down a minute. I'ma get back to these bars. I'ma spin them real hard like we be talking about that Loki, man. These people think we joking, man. These people are really smoking on that BS. You really capping with it, stop it. You just need to take a recess and chill with it. Take a little break. All these people see these theories and they fucking try to hate, but we be killing with it. Never bonered over here. You know we over here getting money and we getting damn. I let it slip, but I never let it dip. Come over here, let's take a trip. Take a trip to another fucking time period like the TVA. It's just like I saying the other day, I never let it fade away. But when I do fade away, it's something like MJ. I'm missing Kobe. I'm shooting motherfuckers every day like damn. Like damn, we ballin' with a celebration. These people be hating motherfucker, killing dreams like Jason. But I don't let it hit. I said Jason, but I meant Freddy. Ain't that a bitch? Damn. I'm killing, getting to the bad. These people mad cause they hating really sad that they can't hit like we do in this community. We be ballin' out here like we ball for universities, like it's Duke in it. These people hating really how we do in it. I be playing, I be really going with y'all. I ain't a rapper, but I like to spit some shit with y'all. Not really, I'm not a rapper or an actor. I just be a motherfucking spick splat. Damn. Really, I'm not a fucking rapper or an actor. I'm a motherfucking back spitter. That's a motherfucking factor. Alright, chill. I'm out. That was just look. I ain't even know that beat was gonna slap like that. That's another beat by my friends named C. Be in the chat sometimes. I shout him out. I will shout him out. Much love to y'all. It was fun. We had a good time, but it's time to fuck you down. It's time to just fuck you down. I might bring in another beat. I might bring in another beat to rap to next week. But that was like I said, I out-rapped this beat. I feel like I rapped this beat down to the ground. So I had to bring in something fun and something new to spit. And I did not know that beat was gonna hit like that, but it did. Let's see it. I'm bullshitting right now trying to get to YouTube Studio. Y'all see in here, what's up? So yeah, he be dropping, look, my man's be dropping certified slappers, bro. Like, we went to ODU together. ODU had some massive talent at one time, bro. Like, when I say that shit crazy, bro. Cause ODU in the 757 in Virginia, he's slacking, like, if you don't know, hip-hop, some of the greatest hip-hop minds come from the 757 in Virginia. I'm talking about Timberland, I'm talking about my man, I'm talking about Missy Elliott, I'm talking about people like Pharrell, like, the Hampton Roads area, like, they come from certified shit. And, yeah, that shit was crazy, like, that whole music scene down there, when I was in school, like, that shit was straight up crazy. y'all heard of that man's Masego. I don't know if y'all heard of Masego. He does like this little trap jazz shit, a little bit R&B stuff. Yeah, we was actually in college together. Radio show right there too. Yeah, just a bunch of talent that came out of this school. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, but look, I'll catch y'all. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when we're streaming. I'll catch y'all on Saturday. Much love.